Hello everybody, this is the thejonnymar, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy VI Advance. We are attempting to escape the Imperial Magitek Facility. And we find out a little bit about Cid's past. Apparently he's sort of been a father figure to Celeste. Uh-oh. It's Kafka, which means we need to get out of here ASAP. And we're going to do that by taking a cart ride. That's pretty much the coolest one this side of Super Mario RPG. And while we're on this cart ride, we're going to get attacked by Magna Rotors. Now these guys are weak to fire, and they actually resist and absorb ice, so I off-screen switched Locke to the Firebrand, or Flame Tongue, whatever it's called. And I also outfitted each of my party members with some new Espers from my collection I got in my last episode. And it's kind of annoying that, well, not annoying, but it would have been a cool touch if Square would have built in the ability to kind of switch paths and pick which direction you could go like they did with the Serpent Trench. And that would have been interesting if it would have let you get to chests and things like that, but maybe that's a little beyond the technical abilities of this generation. So you need to, again, be watching out for these enemies. They will attack you every once in a while, and because we're on this cart ride, we are not able to heal in between battles. So if you are taking a whooping, make sure to heal before you finish off the enemies. There are two different types of Magna Rotors that can attack you, these big purple ones, and then also a smaller red variety. And you might have noticed as I'm stealing from them that I am getting lightning scrolls, which are useful for Shadow later in the game. He can throw them for a multi-target elemental attack. So pretty cool effect here. Obviously heavily pixelated. The SNES just really didn't have the processing ability to make this look real life or anything like that. Ah, here's the other ones. I think these guys can do a pretty powerful attack, either Ice Ball or Fireball or something of the like, so let's try to eliminate them as quickly as possible. After my larceny act there with Locke. I also equipped Edgar with the new magicite shard of Phantom. And that is not necessarily for what that magicite can teach me, but because it's useful in the upcoming boss fight battle. So when we get to the end of the tracks here, we will have to fight a boss. And that boss uses mostly physical attacks. So if you use Phantom in battle, which you can use Espers in battle by accessing your magic and pressing up at the top of the screen, they will do a effect of some kind depending on the Esper you have equipped. And Phantom inflicts invisible status on all of your, and here's the boss, number 128, on all of your party members. And that is his magic attack. He can use ice, and also I think he can stop your characters. So hopefully he got that out of his system now before we actually inflict the invisible, or maybe clear, I think is what it's called now, status. And you'll notice number 128 here has a couple of arms or blades. You can take those out. Here's our first Esper ability. Ah, crap, he used net. That's his stop attack. So that will get rid of the clear ability. What the clear does is it prevents any type of physical attack. So every physical attack has a 0% chance of hitting. But the flip side of that is any magic attack has a 100% chance of hitting. And so any type of magic will hit. And if you are hit with a magic spell, it actually gets rid of the clear status. Now, this set up a pretty cool bug in the original version of this game. You used to be able to cast Vanish on enemies, including some bosses, and use the Doom or Death spell to kill them off. And I think they took that out of this version of the game, so unfortunately we can't use that to significantly increase the efficiency of our future boss battles. We'll have to do it the old-fashioned way, through grit and determination. But I'm game, and hopefully You are as well. And there we go. Not tough at all. Unfortunately, I didn't get the steal from him. He does have a Tempest katana that you can steal. And I don't think I actually got it with Locke. But oh well, we'll pick one up in a future area. It just would have been nice to get it a little bit sooner. Jeez. Would have been interesting to see what would have happened there if that Magitek armor wasn't present. Gone flying off there. So I think I'm going to use a tent, because we get into another boss battle right away. And we actually can be forced into random encounters too as we progress through this extra little area here as we try to run out of Vector. Now, I don't need Phantom equipped anymore, so I'm not sure which Espers I want. I think I might just keep their current Espers on. And, yeah, that's good. We'll save. Let's get the heck out of here. Or not. Let's get into a random battle. Alright, a chaser. This should look familiar. It's kind of like the satellite enemy we fought way back in the Imperial camp near Doma. And unfortunately, this enemy bursts into a group of smaller enemies like that once you defeat it. And this is the aforementioned Trapper enemy, which has the level attacks, level 5 death, for example. So you want to take these guys out as soon as possible. Hopefully the Fire Dance here will do that. If not, well, I have Flash in reserve. Or I think I actually picked Drill. Well, that worked out well. And Sabin leveled up. Good thing I had Mouden on him. I don't think anyone else is near. Well, Edgar's at 500. Hopefully we'll get through this without another random in battle, because obviously in boss battles you don't get experience. Oh well. Tent. Sweet. Let's flash and fire these guys. And we'll try to get out of here with the airship. And hopefully Setzer made do on his promise to keep it ready. Ah, there he is. You got worried, huh? Well, we were worried too. Celeste is kind of a sore topic right now, Setzer. You might want to drop it. Oh, Kefka, what are you gonna do? We're long gone. Deal with it. What can you do? Nothing, that's what. What's this? What are those things? Well, that doesn't look good. Big mechanical cranes. Well, it looks like from the background we're airborne. So they can't possibly reach us, right? Oh, goodness. I suppose we're going to have to fight them. They're big cranes, Sabin. So we're in a pincer attack with a crane on each side now. Each of them is weak to a different element. And each of them actually resists an element as well. And this is our first battle with Setzer, so we'll get to check out his special ability, which is called Slot. So you have to pick random items that are going through on the different slot reels, and if you match 3 of a kind, you get a special ability. Wow, that one died fast. This used to be called 7 Flush, now it's called Prismatic. And most of the time what happens is you don't get 3 of a kind, and then you get a very weak Ooh, a debilitator. That's nice. It's a tool for Edgar. Anyway, you get a very weak healing spell, which used to be called Lagomorph. I'm not sure what it's called in this version. But he pulls out a little rabbit, and the rabbit heals your status and also... Ooh, H-bomb. A little bit of HP. There we go. So, I got pretty lucky there. I hit a attack both times with Setzer. Usually, most of the time, you don't hit an attack. Now, I used to be able to cheese it a little bit, and if you pause quickly in between each slot reel, you can catch it at a certain point, and if it's near the top of the reel, and then you hit the accept button, you can time it correctly so that you always get a few of the particular attacks, like the diamonds for the 7 flush. And I'm not sure if that's the case in this game. I personally, I don't really like it. I don't like having to rely on that. It's disorienting and annoying, and so you'll find I don't really use Setzer very much either because his slot is just not reliable enough in my opinion. So we're heading back to Zozo because we're worried about Terra, and if you remember, Ramu mentioned that maybe one of the Espers that we saved might be able to help us in some way with Terra. Jeez, what is this? Father? You were raised in the Esper world. It's some pretty funky looking yellow eyes, too. Huh. Now, we got a brief glimpse of this earlier in the game during the opening cinematic. They were talking about the War of the Magi. So this is Terra's father. His name is Mouden. And we have control of him. We can't do much with him. We can talk to some people. That's about it. And apparently someone came through the gate. This woman here. Why don't we leave her? No, we can't. We have to take her with us. So remember, the prevailing opinion is that Espers and humans can't live together. So I guess that's going to be tested a little bit here. Let's talk to the Elder. Wandered in by mistake. How's that possible? Isn't there a seal or something? Well, let's talk to her and see what she's got to say for herself. So Mouden has a pendant. Which, I haven't checked the rare items in my inventory, but that pendant is actually on Terra. Yeah, the human world does kind of have a lot of greed and corruption. You take the good with the bad. So this Madeline came through the gate. And I guess she's going to return back to the human world tomorrow. With the Elder eavesdropping on us. So I'm sure nothing bad will happen. I'm sure that will be a very smooth process, don't you think, viewers? So where could she have gone? Towards the gates, huh? And without any supervision. Well, let's head over there and see how she's doing. And in my next episode, we will find out more about Mouden and Madeline. So as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.